Just get ready to open the meeting. We're gonna know what you use.
Hey, number one other, it's he's gonna come over. First one. Ellen said he wants to leave. Just put it on.
We go to the meeting.
Did I suddenly step forward or
I
something?
mean, it's recorded. You got this recorded, right? Yeah?
What?
You got to start recording it?
Yeah, all set.
Open the meeting at 7:03. Set meeting minutes of October. We'll wait till the subject is
It was just the one bill that we signed, everything else I think is related to stuff I wrote on the envelope. I don't think they need that, those are just the paperwork. I don't have anything, 20 feet tape, I don't believe.
You're not like yellow.
That's good. Everything else is, I mean, there's nothing going on with any of this other stuff. So. All right, thank you. This is the hearing stuff. So 7 Applewood Lane and 8 Applewood Lane. I get printed by any chance, Dan? The certificate of compliances?
I don't know where they sent to me.
Can I email you something here to print?
Yeah.
Certificate of compliances. Lot 7 and lot 8 Applewood.
Stabilized. Yeah.
I don't want to be one of them. Make a motion. 7 and 8 Applewood.
I'll do one for each one. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant a certificate of compliance for 7 Applewood Lane, Lot 3, Mass DEP file 2180792.
Second. All in favor?
And Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 8 Applewood Lane, Lot 8, Mass DEP file 2180793.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, again, stop. We can just stop the review any activity. We got 106 Millville is still, not, still on cease and desist.
Okay,
They're putting together something there. They did fix the bolt. They found the other pipe. There was a steel corrugated pipe there.
so,
If you saw the pictures, yeah. They found that. They got that, so it's, that pond is not, having any issues anymore. We're not getting silt in the wetland. The pipe's running where it's supposed to now, the way it was for the last 25 years. That's all they were allowed to do, was just fix that. So now,
what's the issue now?
they gotta come in with a structural engineer to figure out what they're gonna do with that monstrosity of a slope, either build a wall or
Yeah,
get
the
rid of it.
challenge I see, it's in the buffer, right? So we have some say. I suppose if we're hardball, we'd say, hey, take it back to where it was naturally, or somewhere they gotta say they're gonna build a wall here.
Well, they gotta delineate the wetlands, because right now, we don't even know exactly where the edge of wetlands are. We know that they're within 100 feet. I mean, it seems like, just by looking at it,
Yeah, but if I'm sorry, I wasn't at the site, but if the stream was put into a pipe, there might not be any way, right? Or
no, well, what it is they dug a pond. Back when Fred Kelly owned that years ago, he owned that whole piece and the farm.
It was back in the, sorry,
But they dug a pond, but was it a low spot and is it connected by a channel to a wetland, so it's a protectable resource, right?
Yeah, that's what they need to, that's why they gotta get a bot, they got Goddard going out there to do some work, I guess, or some botanists to get it done. So we know what we're looking at when we go out there.
that will have bearing on what the next step will be. Let's
Right.
start at the beginning to
Yeah.
define the wetlands.
Right now, there's no work being done. Yes. Hello. Hi, I'm sorry. How are you?
Yes, so I'm Sylvain Cormier, I live at 16 Level Street. They have fixed the pipe. That doesn't fix in any way the silt.
No.
Okay,
So we told them they can't go in there until.
yeah, so when you said earlier, you made a comment, you said they fixed the pipe and that fixed the silt.
Well,
Silt
it's
is coming. No, all the additional silt is still coming from that hill.
Oh, from the hill, yes.
Okay, so the fact that they're building a wall is one thing, and they can make it to retain it properly and all that kind of stuff. But I doubt that any wall that they build is gonna be able to solve the silt problem.
Well, they
So
build
that's
a
gonna be
wall
part-
there, and then there will not be any, they'd have to build a straight wall.
And
Whatever,
then,
that's not our problem.
and then the silt will either have to be consolidated or grass or.
That was my point, is that it has to be, they have to come in with a plan.
Right, that's.
You guys will verify the plan, we want to verify the plan and make sure all of that is fixed properly,
Correct.
so that nobody has a problem with it.
And the silt fence is up, right?
The silt fence is up, but it doesn't look like it's keeping the silt from going completely into the.
I knew there was some there from before, but yeah. Well, like I said, they're working on it, and they haven't been working there, right? No dirt's been done.
There's nothing, the only work that was done was the work that was done on the
Right.
pipe. And
And you oversaw that kind of in the sort
I kept coming back every,
Good.
just to make sure that nothing additional was being done.
Thank you.
Kathleen Alexander, 14 Level Street. Do we know, or will we be informed when Goddard is coming out to identify the wetlands?
I don't know, we won't probably be informed that, they don't have to inform us of that, but they will, I would assume it would be sooner than later.
And will they need to come on our properties?
Probably not, they should be able to get down through the other way.
I invite all of you to come to my property.
Oh, and I appreciate that, and if
And
they
you've already
do,
been there, you've been there.
yeah, if they do, then we will definitely contact you before they do.
It might be a whole lot easier to go through our properties to get there.
Then
Probably.
now they know.
To go down the hill and then go on the fence.
Well,
Roll down the hill, right?
Yes.
what we're definitely gonna do, whatever plan they come in, after they do their engineering and the site, they're gonna go to the site, they're gonna take measurements, they're gonna shoot grades, they're gonna verify the points. When they present that to us, we will be scheduling the site visit to check out the plan.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna, so we have something to go, all right, you say this is here, we're gonna go out there and go, Yeah, it looks like you got it right, it's there.
And they had agreed, 2 or 3 meetings ago, they had agreed that to provide us with the plans as well, so we have, you know, to get them checked.
Right.
Make sure, verify that everything is okay.
All right, thank
I
you.
mean, I believe the gentleman is honestly going to make his best attempt to make everything right.
Well, now that he has a lawyer involved with him, I mean, they kind of got to do, I mean, this is, I think he just got away from him over there. I think they thought they were doing a little thing, next thing you know, they didn't realize that it was going to be a 50-foot hill.
Yes.
You know, and now, and we gotta, I feel, I mean, not that it's your property, but it's something that you have to, it's, has an effect on your property.
That's why
Yes.
we show up at all these meetings.
No, we appreciate
on our
that.
property.
We appreciate all the input too. You see it, you see what's going on there before we would even have a chance of it. Right, so
We'll wait on them.
yeah, that's, we'll probably go back to that Swandale and 50 Wilson Street. We can open up, we can, is anybody here from LEC Environmental?
He's not doing it seriously now. I'm here from Blue Water Property Group.
Okay.
LLC.
Yep.
You want to
So
say?
you can come on up and set up if you want.
Because I don't have it, if you need it. It's like,
Nothing came to you? Go ahead, you start.
All right, good evening. I'm Dan Wells with LEC Environmental and Connor
Connor
Downey.
Downey, Blue Water Property Group.
Is this a public hearing?
Gonna open up the public hearing for 190, I'm sorry. It's 23 Cape Road. The national, abbreviated National Notice of Resource Area Delineation.
Well, that's not a public hearing, right? We're just here for an ANRAD delineation
Just
confirmation.
put the closest to the public hearing. This is the only one that's public hearing. I'm sorry.
Oh, I did put it in, sorry.
Yeah,
Is it on top?
This is a public hearing, should be.
It is in the public hearing.
Did we advertise it?
Yeah,
Yep. We have.
We have all the green cards and everything?
I saw something come through today.
Those were emailed today.
Yeah, I
I
saw.
received.
Yep.
Okay. Open the public hearing for 23 Cape Road. Resource Area Delineation.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So this is 23 Cape Road, and we're requesting that the commission confirm bordering vegetated wetland. And so the areas outlined in orange are 3 separate PBW areas that were delineated. The blue line here shows the 100-foot buffer zone surrounding the PBW, and the area shaded in green is that one, so the buffer zone itself. So you can see this is labeled the A series. It starts just off site and it runs up to the property line. There's a fence here. The wetland kind of continues off in this direction, so there wasn't a need to extend the flagging to the north. There's a separate PBW labeled as the D series, which starts right on the northwest corner and runs along the edge of the western edge of the property.
Excuse me. You have any, another plan?
I can't get oriented over here.
Do you have an electronic copy of this? Because I put it on the screen.
So 140 is way off on the road. And then
That's the hill coming down.
the soccer fields are up front, right? And then the solar.
This is the gas
Your
station.
house is that far on your top left-hand corner, that's your property up top.
Mr. Chairman, can we back up a little bit? First of all, do we have, did you make a file of notice when you
Yeah,
came?
it's on the end.
And we have, with this,
With the admin that we don't have, so, there, it is been done.
oh, okay.
And then this is like-
I'll file electronic hard copies for you.
Whatever you have, so that we can look at what's going on.
You've got another one, you wanna put another one on the, put one of these on the table?
I'm gonna butter to this.
Sure, yeah, so this is north, and this is
So this is
Route
Route
140 is right here.
140 is over here.
Yeah,
Where's Hartford Avenue?
so Hartford Ave is way
It's
up.
off page.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So there's a gas station right here.
Okay, and then, well, I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
This wetland continues onto my property,
Okay, correct.
okay? And so does this.
And which way does Mill Plain Brook run?
So it flows from north to south.
Both from north and south?
And what's being proposed?
So we're simply here to ask the commission to confirm the accuracy of these wetlands. There's no project proposed as part of this. That would be a separate filing called a notice of intent, but this is simply to verify the accuracy of the wetlands.
Okay,
So,
If you want to take a plan, if there's any questions that needs to be asked, they're going to be directed to the board.
oh, I'm
And you're going to state your name and your address.
okay.
So if you want to take this, if you want to take a plan here, you can take a look at it, or just look at that one and see what's going on.
Okay,
And then we can, if there's any questions, just direct it to the board.
okay, can you just state my
If
name is,
there's any questions, you can state your name and address.
my name is Philip Pasaga, 121 Hartford Avenue East, right here. This wetland continues up to my property. My question, general question, is what is being proposed and is what's going to be proposed?
As of right now, nothing.
Okay,
We're just here to show, delineate the wetlands and show where the wetlands are and make sure that we all agree on where the wetlands are.
But we're here because the land got cleared and some erosion got away and into the wetlands. So this is the first step for them to define the wetlands are, and then they're gonna have to come up with a plan to restore or do something.
okay. All the work they did down here, which was a solar farm,
There's two projects, there's the golf, the soccer field
That's not on
and,
there, that's not on this.
and the
property.
solar
Okay.
farm.
anyway, any work that's done down here will back up these wetlands onto my property. And there's already, every time you get heavy rain, it floods, but if they were to disturb the flow, it could flood my property. So,
And I don't think they're not doing anything in the wetlands.
okay,
Anything that's gonna be done will be, out of the wetlands, maybe in the buffer zone, but we don't even have that in front of us right now. That would have to go to us, it would have to go to a site plan review with planning board. There's a lot, this is just the beginning
okay,
stages of it.
and if anything further would happen, we would be notified.
You would be, yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is just kind of, like you said, like Peter said, that we had some issues with, some silt got into the
Yeah,
wetland. They went in there and cleaned it out. They stabilized a lot of the area down there so that it didn't have any more erosion.
Yeah.
And now they're going to correct the problem if they proceed with what they want to do.
Yes, good.
Yeah,
I'm
stay there.
Sandy Berry, I'm 119 Hartford Avenue East, I'm his neighbor. My question is, when you're dealing with wetlands, I know there's a lot of laws on this, and you have to be very, very careful, or you get yourself in a lot of trouble. Absolutely. How far away do you have to stay away from those wetlands when you're doing your project?
so
25 feet
25 feet,
is no disturbance.
and that way it doesn't disturb the wetland.
You can work in there's a 100-foot buffer zone. So you can work in the buffer zone as long as they come and we approve a permit, we approve a plan of what they're going to do. If they need to do grading in the buffer zone or whatever they need to do, we will need to approve it. That's why they'll be in front of us every stage of this project. And then at the end, when everything is done, then we will check it and make sure that it's done properly. And then, before they get signed off. So, if they're working near the wetland or in the buffer zone, it's gonna be watched. That's what this board is here, is to
Right.
be the wetlands police.
Okay, now, one other question, and I don't know if you can answer it. Have they decided what's going on there?
I haven't heard anything. This is the first time we saw this. So, basically, what we need to do is we need to find out exactly what the wetlands are.
Okay,
And get, and what's they're in the process of doing now. And then once that's decided, then we're gonna go, then the next step. And you will be notified of all that.
But it would be logical to assume that after all of the delineation has been made, a project is being thought about down the road
Could be.
that could impact us.
Well, as long as it doesn't, we have to, all we're doing is protecting the wetland the way that the state requires us to, and following the rules and regulations of the state and the town bylaws. So we'll do the best we can, but it still has to go to planning board, and planning board will determine, lighting, landscaping, and you will get notified of that too. And then you can decide, you can speak your opinions at that meeting too.
Okay.
Were you notified of this meeting?
Yes, I have a certified letter that I'm a butter to this meeting. Yeah,
No, that's great.
yeah. And
So what we're doing here
into this
tonight,
wetland,
what I think we should do here tonight is let these gentlemen present what they're looking to do, and then we'll open it up for some questions after they because right now,
yeah.
I'm with you, I don't have a clue on what they're here for, so let's give them a chance to tell us. And,
Very good, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, all right, so I've indicated, so there's 3 different lines bordering vegetated wetlands shown in orange. So we're requesting the commission confirm the accuracy of those wetland flags. And additionally, the intermittent stream that's off-site to the west, we ran what's called a stream stats analysis because it's close, it's mapped as an intermittent stream, but we want to verify that it's not a river. So we provided in our application the evidence that it meets the definition of an intermittent stream according to the Wetlands Protection Act regs. So that's all documented in this report. But basically, to summarize, the stream stats analysis found that the drainage area of that stream from a point down 200 feet off the property is less than 1/2 square mile. So therefore, it could not be a river according to the Wetlands Protection Act regulations. So we also want the commission just to confirm that there's no riverfront associated with that stream. And so that's essentially what we're requesting.
So what is the watershed area if it's not a half mile?
It's 0.44.
0.44, hang on.
What's the name of the program you use?
It's called Stream Stats. It's a USGS website page program. And that's, it's right according to the procedure and the regulation.
So I guess just a couple questions. I understand we're just here for the determination of the wetland area. I appreciate that. But I'm looking at this plan that shows 15-inch concrete pipes. Is that in the ground or is that being proposed or?
This is all an existing conditions plan.
So you're telling me there's a concrete pipe going all the way down and then when it goes off of your property, off on the left, what has been constructed? I'm looking for detention, right?
It's right when you can see the wetland flag right here.
Yeah.
That's, there's a pipe exits that over, and then the water, you can flowing out naturally at that point.
Okay, so that pipe just dead into the wetland.
Well, it flows, it's basically a stream, an intermittent stream. It's coming out of a pipe, which is being picked up somewhere in here and discharging into the wetland.
Excuse me, why don't you guys pull up a chair? Pull up a chair, be comfortable, take a look at that. We have another print here.
So I guess,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
do we know, was this a plan that was approved? Because who
This
would
is,
have
this is survey, this is an existing condition survey that's overlaid with the wetlands. buffer.
Right, and I understand you, I guess you bought the land.
We are under contract to acquire.
Okay, and so on that land is significant infrastructure, concrete catch basins, with a pipe 15-inch starting all the way up at 140, so it's got to be a couple hundred feet of pipe, and then another one coming off Terry Lane. And then I just don't know how a planning board or we would have approved a pipe.
All right, hold on one second, let's keep, let him,
So the pipe goes all the way, a direct discharge to a wetland without any settling base. Who allowed that? When was it authorized? When was it constructed?
probably 30, 40 years ago.
Okay, well, the Wetland Protection Act was is there an approved plan on the planning board?
Because they bought this existing.
I understand,
This
so
gentleman bought an existing from Abe Rosenthal.
okay.
So whatever happened there before that, we don't know. It's been sitting like that for
There
years.
is one pipe going down.
Right, we know that.
It's water pipe.
Yes.
And I
A
think
water
we-
pipe or a
water
drainage
pipe.
pipe?
No, there's catch basins all the way down that road. There's catch basins all the way down that road. And then it used to go into, there used to be a detention basin at the bottom of that street.
Used to be, okay.
Okay, we don't know what's going on there. We're trying to get this delineated, and then we're gonna figure it out.
I understand, and the delineation is the first part, but to me, it's more the history as to,
We can't do what happened, we can't take care of what happened 30 years ago, or 20 years ago.
well,
It's,
I think we have to deal with, with water coming off a 15-inch pipe directly into a wetland. Now, it might be a grandfather, but
No, that has to be corrected. They're gonna put a road in there. The water pipes is not even worth, I think it's.
The water pipe is asbestos,
Yeah.
and it's for the benefit of the town to change it.
Yeah.
Because all the houses down at the farm when they build.
Hold
okay,
on, hold
this is
on,
the water pipe.
hold on. Let's get back to what we're doing here,
Right, exactly.
okay? They're coming before us. For starters, no matter what's here, they want us to verify the wetlands. Once we agree and have the wetlands verified, then the next step is to say, okay, what's your plans here? What do you got intent? Then what are you gonna do about that? What are you gonna do about this? You follow what I'm
I
saying?
agree with you, Mike, except they didn't come to us voluntarily with an R. We went to them 6 months ago saying, hey, there is erosion that's going into a
No,
wetland.
two different people. This is people that are buying the property. They want to make it right. That's what they're here for.
Good.
The gentleman that owns it and he wasn't doing any site work. These people are coming in front of us. They want to delineate the wetlands and start fresh with us.
Figure out
Right.
what's going on.
They're not trying to sneak anything by the window.
So I'm just clarifying in my own mind. So I understand these two gentlemen here did not push that road in.
Correct.
This has been here for a while. Whatever's in there, if they buy the property, and I believe what they're doing is they're gonna evaluate the cost to make this right. So right now, I feel it's prudent to let them explain the beginning steps. And with what I just said, I believe they've got the picture that we're gonna be all over it going, okay, there's a pipe here, what are you gonna do? Again, I don't want anybody at home or in this room thinking that you guys did this without permission. Am I correct in assuming that?
You're correct.
They're trying to be the good guys.
I wasn't alive in the seventies, so.
So, going forward, I feel that we should at least work with them to say, okay, they're asking us to verify, they're saying, according to this plan, here are the wetlands are. I think, Mr. Chairman, if we send our engineer out and verify it and take a look at this, so that, and say, okay, you know what, we agree, the wetland comes down here, maybe it comes over to here, that flag should be moved and whatnot. Once that's established, I believe you're gonna make a determination and you're gonna throw in more money into this.
That is correct.
I mean, I talk bluntly,
Yeah,
okay?
there.
If you decide to, well, let's make a go of it, then you're gonna develop some kind of plan and come back to us.
That's the hope. Yes.
And you'll have a detention basin, you're gonna probably have to redo some.
Or whatever,
A lot. That was
It's gonna be a lot of
good.
work.
Yes.
or whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Some design engineer after the easement goes, you know what, that's a wetland there, that's a wetland there. I think I wanna do this, how do I make it happen?
Stormwater management, everything will be done, that's where we're going, so you can continue on your.
So, yeah, however you want to do it, if you'd like to set up a sidewalk or,
I think what we like to do is we like to have the town engineer, that we Graves Engineering,
okay,
Jeff Walsh, he works with the planning board, you're gonna be working with him if you do follow through with this project. With site plan review and everything, I think I would like to get him involved in this, I think we agree that we would like to get the engineer involved in this, he can work with you hand in hand. We can do a site walk also, if anybody wants to, but let's find out, make sure that our engineer agrees with what you have here.
sure.
And then, if that's the case, then we'll move forward, you guys can decide what you want to do, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds great.
Is it possible?
Say your name and your,
Philip Basaga, 121 Hartford Avenue East. Okay. Looking at this site map here, it's looking at Fishbowl. You can't see anything beyond it. Just north of this is Hartford Avenue. Is it possible to see a map with Hartford Avenue built into this?
Well, they don't have to show land that's off their parcel. They're just responsible for showing the land that they
But
own.
the wetlands are all in that area. I have
That's
I
understood.
have 2 year-round streams on my property.
And we will address that.
Okay,
Like I said, right now,
and
the goal is to verify on this piece of property the wetland.
But I think they're suggesting
Yes.
that it's not an intermittent, that it is an intermittent stream, that it's not a perennial stream. So if you had 2 perennial streams on your property, we got a conflict. Because I think you're the smaller streams and it's going south. So you can't have a perennial stream going into an intermittent stream. So they're making the claim that at least one day a year, it is run dry. And they've made that determination. So it's, I don't know how you prove a perennial stream, but,
Well, it's not quite, it starts with the USGS map.
it shows an intermittent, so we assume it's
It's
intermittent.
presumed, but then you have to check stream stats. That's step 2, and stream stats was less than 0.5 square miles, so
So it's,
that's the procedure.
So when they supply that information, we will have our engineering do a study, like we used to do in the old days,
Yeah,
to verify the information that they've submitted is correct. And then we can go forward. But Philip, what I plan to do, once we get through this first step and they come back and say, hey, we think, because I don't know if you heard me when I said it, they're spending a little money now to see if it's worth spending more money. If they do decide that it's worth it and they're gonna keep going, I'm gonna ask them to show some of the properties, at least lot lines, that tie in with a name, so that we can, the next public hearing we have, when someone like you comes in and says, hey, I'm in a butter, I can look and go, oh, I see the property right there.
Yeah.
Okay? That's how we operate. I believe that these gentlemen are serious, they will comply with the.
Yeah.
I think that this is, do you feel that this would be your lot line? This is Bonnie's. Like this, you're on the corner here. Like this is, right, I know exactly where you are, you're over, yeah, I think this would be. Right, so this is their house over here. So this is all Varney's property, so you're way up in here.
Yeah, but
Right.
ours,
You own this whole piece?
I own all the way back to here.
So this lot line right here
Yeah,
is yours, this is the neighbor's.
got the 5 acres that goes all the way down to here.
Okay, so this is your house,
Yeah,
and then this is the land, this is the field cows are.
right.
And then this is the land that's in question, which is this.
And we have the aerial maps with, the wetlands
Yeah.
superimposed on top of it. We have all that.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing.
Document at home, and it doesn't even show all the wetlands here, but maybe that's.
Well, they don't, I mean, they have to be concerned, as long as they're 100 feet away from the wetlands,
Yeah,
then that's all they have to worry about. You know, I mean, they're not worried about what's 500 feet away,
yeah,
you know, wetlands. I mean, if there's a river, well, then that's, but just so you have an idea of where you
yeah,
are.
well, this one made it clear.
Okay.
Okay, so.
And just a question, kind of coming down the road, are those like, got like little areas, are they drainage swales kind of, coming down the road?
The check dams.
Check dams, the rocks there?
The piles of rock.
Piles of rocks,
Yeah,
so it's something to divert the water, it's not,
just slow it, yeah.
good.
I think that was something that Tim McCarty went down there and told them that they needed to, you know, slow this, keep this water from.
Because the water's not getting into the pipe, right, because it's not paved, so nothing.
Those are all the catch basins are all filled in, they're nothing even in them. I mean, there's no water going in them, they've been cleaned in, you know, 30 years. So I don't even think the drainage system is working on that road anyway, that's why the water's just sheet flowing down there. But either way, we will get this to the town engineer.
Okay,
I will put him in contact with you.
sure.
We'll work on this.
Business guy?
Yes.
Yes.
And that way there, you guys can talk together and maybe set up a meeting, well, sidewalk.
Just to be clear, is there a separate?
If you do that, let us, you know, shoot an email to the board that you are meeting with him down there.
Sure.
That way there, if anybody here would like to meet with you guys, then we can do that.
Absolutely.
To answer a question Peter asked earlier, the aerial photographs from the mid-90s show these two roads had been put in at that time, so definitely 30 years old.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. They said 1970, I mean,
73.
73 was when the road was in that area, we're done about right, I think.
And it's been
Um,
sitting there for 50 years.
Mr. Chair, Mike made a comment that what we used to do, and I'm all for that. But a real question I have is, who is our engineer? We used to have, the planning board has their engineer, and that if we ever had a need, especially if it was checking wetlands, that's not the same engineer. So I have no problem with using a town engineer if he's knowledgeable about wetland. If we're looking to confirm a wetland line, I don't want a civil engineer, but I don't know.
Graves Engineering is I mean, I'm sure they have somebody in their stable that can, but I mean.
Well, let's find out. If they don't have anybody that.
I can call Jeff, I have called about another piece of property, so I'll find out about it, and if not, we can use Goddard, or we can use the
I
Shang.
don't care, I just want to kind of groom somebody or something that
Maybe
we know.
the Shang might be a better, pick for that, what do you think? Peter?
I really have no, if we have an engineering firm, and if they have someone who is more
they have a budget,
knowledgeable,
right.
bring them on, because we're already billing, as opposed to save the nang for something maybe a little more higher.
Okay, well, I'll have that conversation with him
Yeah.
and see if he does. If he doesn't have anybody, then I'll call the
Then
Shang.
take the next step.
And I think as long as everybody agrees that the Shang is, would be a second, he's very.
I certainly, I know
Very
Duchesne.
very nice guy, very knowledgeable.
He's done a great job on reporting
Yes.
these springs.
So,
Just procedurally, I don't want to miss another cycle of hearing. Do you need authorization from the applicant to authorize this, or?
That
well,
would be nice.
I was just gonna
I mean,
make a statement saying that this, the town of Mendon has a conservation bylaw that states this request, you're asking us if we hire an outside consultant.
Yep.
The applicant picks up the.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm sure there's an escrow account to be funded, and we've done this, so.
I don't even know if they just paid directly.
Yeah, so you're saying time is of the essence, so.
You know, winter's coming, so.
Yeah, you know what? See if we can get on.
If he's available,
Yeah.
that's,
I think he would be a better, then, I'm gonna talk to Shang, see if I can get him, hooked up with you guys right away. That way they you can,
Yeah.
we can, you know,
What's
the
the timeline?
the Shang way.
Oh,
We're happy to either pay directly or via escrow.
Yeah, we'll see how everybody wants to work it.
Okay.
And I mean, right now, unfortunately, we don't have an admin for conservation, so things have got a little tough to try to work out, but,
And we all have full-time jobs.
yes.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah, but multiple sometimes. But, I'll try to get the ball rolling on this if you want, you know, maybe touch base with me tomorrow.
Okay, yeah,
And
absolutely.
you have my number, right?
I do.
Yeah, and we'll try to put everything together so you guys can get the ball rolling, you know.
Okay.
All right, that'd be great.
Okay, so,
May I be granted a copy of this?
why don't you take that one right there?
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, would you like to take that, Tom?
Do you have any questions on anything?
No, I think listening to everybody's comments, we feel we're the Aarons up here.
Oh, okay, you're across the river,
So
okay.
this is really important.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be very happy with, this is a reputable company, and I think that we,
What we want to try to do is, make sure that we do things right and what's fair and equitable to all concerned.
Absolutely. That's what we want.
yeah, we don't want this to end up putting up something that, you know, floods your land, or, and I don't really think that they're here to try to correct what's.
Yeah, we don't feel that way.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be, it's gonna be better.
they're going to improve a bad situation.
Exactly, there you go, that's why I thank you. So is there a motion to
All
continue?
right, let's, when's our next, when do we want to have, meeting?
December.
Let's try for the next available if we can.
You've got the second Thursday in December?
Yeah, what is that? My phone was off. The second, and the day.
I think it's the 9th.
The night? Yeah. Probably that really not so close to Christmas, right? So let's plan the night.
Okay.
Okay, just, because you probably won't get notified. The next meeting will be on the 9th of December. We'll start the meetings at 7, so anytime after, shortly after that.
Yeah, I have the conservation committee.
Okay. Yeah, that way there, questions, you won't.
Do we need to fill out a formal continuance request, or?
No, you just,
No, we just continue it right now. Okay. It'll be the next.
you don't object to it.
So what we're doing is we're continuing the public hearing.
Yep.
Make a motion to.
So I'll make a motion to continue the hearing to December 9th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Hopefully, our engineer will get, make it work and get out there.
We can coordinate, absolutely.
So, and if it doesn't, you gotta, you know, unfortunately, if it doesn't give you enough time, you gotta jump on to the next meeting and just let us know.
Well, we can come in and discuss it.
Sure, yes.
But we won't let this slip through the crack.
Yeah, maybe we'll see, maybe it would be best to see what the availability is, who can, maybe.
Well, let's have a meeting, schedule a meeting anyway.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
It's gonna start getting busy, so.
Yeah. Okay.
It's easier to
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I definitely have to be on. It's a shame. So if Jeff won't always get there, I see.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Is 191 Rockland Street here?
Tim, Paul,
Tim, are you on?
Are you looking for Tim from 50 Guilford?
No, this is.
If he's around, we can send him the number to call him.
I don't know, he's pretty, he's getting his hip, done, so he's pretty banged up, I don't know how he's feeling today. What's that? Yes.
You need to, do you know, just
I do not.
You should get a check. Sometimes there's a check.
Did you pay for all that, right?
Oh, there's no.
Okay, so I'm gonna open a public hearing for 191 Providence Street, Mendon, Mass.
Well, hello, I'm here representing Mr. Zook. My name is Doug Morris from Andrews Survey and Engineering.
John Andrews?
No. I started working there about 8 weeks ago. Came from another company. I think I just went out to a property of yours.
Oh, on Hollow Street?
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Yep.
The project before you is just a detached garage addition to the lot. I apologize, this is awful small, but it's an IT problem, so I can blow this up. The red line here denotes the.
Anyway, can you have that one?
Oh,
Just so we can see what we're looking at here.
okay.
My eyes roll.
Yeah, that's it. I just added some color on this one, but there's, the red here has the 25-foot, the yellow is the 50-foot wetland buffer, and the green is the 100-foot buffer. The applicant's just proposing to add a 30 by 40 garage, detached garage here next to the existing, well, it's next to existing chicken coops.
The coops that's already there.
Yeah,
No, they were taken.
Oh,
it's
My
kind
son
of,
used to live there, neutral.
I got you.
they're just, it's like 3 or 4 shacks out there with some fencing. It's not construction.
Yeah.
Most of this land is disturbed next to the chicken coops, and they're also proposing a porous extension of their driveway out to the garage. All the work is outside the 25-foot no disturb. The structure is outside the 50-foot. And so the only impacts really within the 50-foot of the grading up to the 25-foot. Erosion controls are proposed.
Erosion control is at the 25-foot?
Yes, inside.
Inside. Yeah, outside.
And really, that's the extent of it. There is some tree removal that is going to be required to put in the structure. And
So what
what's
is
the point? The soils are up there, are sea soils, so it's good sandy soils, so drainage should be not an issue.
What's the closest, it's probably the grading of the hill to the wetlands? Is that?
The closest, dimensionally close,
Yes.
I didn't measure it, maybe it's 10 feet to the very, like the toe of the slope, to the closest point to the 25 foot.
To the closest, so 10 feet to, so you got 35 feet from the wetland.
Yeah, at the closest.
And
Roughly.
are you showing single erosion control, but then double around the bottom? Is that what?
It's just an erosion, typical erosion control barrier, straw bottom.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm seeing a double line or.
I wanted some limit of work, so I'll look a lot of my work in that. Gotcha. That's why I wanted to blow it up. Easier to see.
This is existing. This is.
Essentially, that's the extent of. Right.
On the slope. What are you gonna use on the slope? You gonna just grow grass there or?
Behind, I mean,
Yeah,
it was just wooded, it's wooded area.
yeah, so you just
Yeah.
grading, by the side for a while.
Yeah.
Whatever you just like to get, you're not gonna clear cut anything, you're just doing enough, you're just building there.
Oh, that's a wetland.
Yeah. He's 56 feet from the corner of the building to the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna make sure you get it, you're gonna use straw wattles.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
sorry.
Silts on.
Stake, just make sure you stake it so it stays where it's supposed to be. I think, what is it, every 4 feet?
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions?
I'll make a motion to accept the plan as presented.
So, is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
I,
Thank you very much. Yep. Hopefully you can get it going before the winter comes out, or you wait until the spring.
I know.
Well, good luck either way.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Want that plan?
I
don't.
You know what, we'll put it in the file. That way, if anybody,
I should certainly send that.
yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, because I have the other stuff for that.
Yep.
Okay.
The only thing we ask is if when you do start putting the ground, you let us know.
I just call you, or shoot an email over, so you got the silt fence, the silt wall is in place. Then if anybody wants to take a ride by, we can take a ride by and do some inspection.
That way there, we know that things are started in case someone calls and says, hey, there's something going on there.
And a sign goes up, right? Because I'm just a little worried that there's not signs going up on projects that would.
oh yeah.
work.
Yeah, DEP sign up there, make sure you get a DEP sign up at the end of the road.
Yeah, end of the road.
End of the
So
road.
it's set back a little bit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just put it on something up there so that we can, I think it's 2 by,
2 foot by 2 foot.
yeah. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Where do you get those signs by?
Science plus mixing, that's what I got mine made.
How does it, how does it work?
That way, she knows exactly what you need, the size and everything, and they're like.
Must be a certain kind of sign?
No, well, this, she just.
The letters have to be a certain size.
Size, and the letters and everything, numbers and everything.
As a state requirement.
Yeah, not us. I think they're like $20 for a sign or something, but it's.
You can take a piece of plywood and just.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
It works.
Every number has to be a different color.
You want to see a pretty one?
Thank you. You're the last one here.
You take this one.
Good evening, everyone. Timmy Wyatt from Goddard Consulting. Here on behalf of Bob and Lori Sweet for 50 North Street in Mendon. So just as an update, it's been a while since we've been before the commission. If you remember, there was previously an open order of conditions which necessitated the construction of an approximately 10,500 square foot replication area. We proposed a notice of intent for a new commercial building that was going to go right about here in an upland portion. And with that, we preemptively proposed approximately the same amount of replication around an existing cranberry bog that's out there here. So you can see the commercial buildings here. I'm sorry.
50 Milford Street, correct?
Yes, 50 minutes.
So now, just, wasn't there an enforcement order on this property?
Yes, so with the notice of intent, the commission previously was not comfortable approving the construction of the building until the replication was addressed. But we had already submitted a replication plan with the notice of intent. So we requested that the commission approve the construction of the replication area prior to the issuance of enforcement order. So what we're here before you tonight is we're seeking a certificate of compliance for the previous open order of conditions that necessitated that replication area. We've submitted proof that the replication area has been completed around the bog in accordance with the plans. And actually, there's an additional 3,000 square feet of replication that was included. Because of the berm of the existing cranberry bog, the wetland delineation was at the top of the berm, not right at the bottom at the toe of the slope. So that resulted in the entirety of that berm around the bog also being removed because it's such a large area, resulting in approximately 3,000 square feet that wasn't originally accounted for. Because we had assumed that the delineation would have been done at the toe of the slope of the bog. So within a fairly similar footprint of what was approved, there's an additional 3,000 square feet because that was not accounted for. So as I said, we're seeking to receive a certificate of compliance to close out and put away all past sins on the property. And we've also requested to withdraw the notice of intent. The suites no longer want to build a commercial building up front. So at the end of the day, what's been accomplished is we've closed out or we hope to close out the previous open order of conditions for no new work, with the exception of that which has been constructed. And I did submit the certificate of compliance in the narrative. I outlined, and I've got a spare copy here that's got all pictures of it. There we outlined all of the species with some variability dependent on the nursery's availability that were approved have been put in the ground. All of the cattails, or there were cattails as it was an existing wetland system naturally across the spring and summer. They completely covered the area. So now we have approximately 95% of vegetation covered. So we're requesting that there's no longer a need for the 2 years of monitoring, because it was essentially our understanding that those 2 years of monitoring are to make sure everything vegetates up to at least 75%. Seeing as though we're at 95%, we're requesting that the commission do that as sufficient.
So they're not gonna do anything over there. I saw that you got they got like a big, rock. Like, I guess to decipher from the wetland, there was the big rock berm.
Yes.
Around the property from where they park the vehicles to the wetland, I guess.
Not around the entire property, but yes, just
along there, right, exactly.
As far as I remember.
Yeah. I mean, this has been an ongoing thing. I mean, knowing that they don't want to do anything over here.
They just want it done.
They just want to get it. I don't, what, that's probably, that's a good thing.
No, and my concern was that the vegetation is going to take, but you're telling me it's been done a while and it's grown, so we can go out there to confirm it, and I would vote to.
Yeah, there's some pictures here too.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a.
I'll make a motion to issue the certificate of compliance.
I'll second that for 50 Milford Street.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
By any chance, you have a certificate of compliance filled out, any chance?
Yes, it was in that,
Oh, is it right here?
Yeah, the actual DEP form is, it's in addition to that, and that was submitted digitally too as well. To the,
Yeah, it's in the package. Page 6.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And I think your bylaw requires a $15 check as well, so that
Yeah,
should
that's
be.
there. This is the only thing missing.
No signature page? Same problem on this last one here, too. Got a signature page on this one.
You copy that?
You just have to change the DEP number. Yeah.
Hang on.
You got a, you have an electronic copy of that, of the certificate of compliance for 50 North Street?
Yeah, but I don't see a signature page.
If the signature page omitted, if it's not in there, we can follow up with that.
Can we print out one?
Is it just a generic thing?
Yeah. The generic page, we can just write it, it doesn't really have anything other than the DEP number, but we can write that in.
Yeah, we can handle it.
Do you need the applicant to sign that? He lives 2 minutes away.
No, we have to.
Okay.
But you-
Oh, you're referring to the certificate of compliance?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have, you know what, if you can, yeah, print 2 of them, please, because I need one for afterward too.
We need WPA form, we need a request for certificate of compliance?
Yep, and it should be, there should be page,
The last page, the signature page is all.
page,
There's only 2 pages on this too. What am I missing?
So you may be looking at the request that the applicant
Yeah.
fills out.
Yeah.
That's generally, that's usually not included with the submittal.
Right.
it's gonna be Form 8B.
Yeah. Hang on.
It should be on the same website.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, and this is gonna be.
Who did your replication next year, Ashley?
What's that?
Who did the replication?
Bob Sweet himself did under our firm supervision. He's got all the equipment. We made sure everything was to grade and Elliot Paterzo had it staked out
Oh,
prior.
it's a lie.
It's alive.
You want just the last page of the whole thing?
The last page.
Yeah, just that one that's got the signature. It's page 2 of 4. Send you another email. This is for 8 Applewood, 8, it's a Form 8B, because that's why I sent you the wrong one.
Okay, I got one thing from Sue. Fine.
I just sent you another email.
See if this.
See if it comes in.
Yeah, it looks like, it's nice and green.
Request, this is.
We submitted a request.
Oh.
Yes.
If you want to sign the back page and fill in the rest later when you're here.
Yeah, we're gonna need, we're gonna need the actual certificate of compliance, but that's not here. Usually you don't have, you're not responsible for that.
Yeah.
Seeing that you don't have an admin.
I thought we had. So is that something we are just gonna fill out right here and you can just hand to me the?
If you could print out an 8B, the actual certificate of compliance.
Don't they have to be notarized?
Yeah, otherwise you could just mail it to my office. At this point, you've already voted on it.
Yeah, before they get voted. Yeah. But that's not, we have to develop the responsibility with it.
Sign them, there should be somebody. Clerk should.
No, we can do, I'll leave them, unfortunately, it won't be till Monday,
That's okay.
but I'll leave them with the town clerk. And then she'll notarize them.
Do you have a business card?
I do.
I got it right here.
But the vote has been done. We've done the work, so he can rest easy. Tell
Yeah,
him
we tell them he's good to go, we're gonna sign everything, and then I'll leave the paperwork, we tell them they can come pick it up.
maybe after 10 o'clock on Monday.
After 10 on Monday. All right, great. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And does the commission need to vote to officially withdraw the notice of intent as well?
I don't think so. If you're withdrawing,
Yeah, we submitted the formal request in relation to the CRC. Okay.
I think we're good. You're not coming back in front of us saying, you know, we don't have anything. As long as we got the enforcement order, the certificate of compliance done on the enforcement order, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Do you need me to print this, or you good?
Yeah, can you print it and we'll fill it out?
A complete Form 8B,
A Form 8B, yes.
just one?
Please.
One again.
This is for, these two signature papers are for 8 Applewood and 7.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I have the rest of it.
Are we all done? Oh, is it?
So,
I did see that mistake.
that's okay, actually, you know what, I need to. Oh, I know, I even print you, did you get that email?
That's a blank one. I don't, they not, check your sent, because I'm not getting anything from you.
Did you get those other ones from me already?
No, Stu sent it to me.
Oh, Sue, can you send
I'm
him,
gonna show it tomorrow.
I don't know why, but you know what, Lonnie, I've got an IT guy. When your family.
Oh, you know what? Are you on the Wi-Fi here on the guest network?
I don't know. I know what, my email going through when I was at my house.
Okay.
Yeah, Sue.
Let me fix it.
Yeah, I got yelled.
working backwards from the bottom.
So Sue, I think. You have an email from Bob Foxen? Yeah, you should. For
15 Milford?
7 Applewood,
Oh, 7.
it's gonna be the Form 8B. He sent it to
Yeah, I
her.
got it.
Can you print send that to him, and maybe we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta do 50 Milford Street. Somebody that can write that terrible penmanship, so you want to write this up?
How many copies of this?
Just one, just so we can sign it. So, Deborah's here. We just gotta put on to this. And then, and we're gonna get. We're not doing partial, we're gonna get order of resources, we can give us a. Yeah. This is a 50 Milford Street.
So do we know, are we getting a clerk or an agent, or what's the status of that?
Supposedly there's something coming down the pipeline, but I don't know, I haven't heard anything. This is, you already signed.
7 and 8 Applewood on this side of the table, right? in front.
Yeah.
We're in the process of getting 50 Milford. On this side.
Why just give you? I just have that.
1807182, 8 Applewood.
This is yours? Yeah. Where are we, where's the he's like, we're not.
This is dated
I offered, I
10/5,
was told they were all
2010.
set recording.
Huh?
This thing's dated
Decision
10/5,
you guys need to
2010.
make. Oh, I do have told
What's that?
Oh, yeah.
whether you can hide a meeting. So
Yeah. Typo.
link on here. And that
I
one-
think there's going to be direction coming from the top about a policy on how the board meetings being handled. It was discussed at a select board meeting. It sounded like maybe January 1. I think they're trying to get another one of these set up to deal with potential space conflicts. I guess he built like next door, they got a nice new like conference room, training room, police station.
This is just mainly for us to dial in and record.
I just did this to record because the cabling system only one cable works now. Because they're repairing this. So ultimately, when it's all done, it'll be digital. And if you had like a big meeting, I think you could do a much higher quality, better audio. Because the audio on this is not great, but it's certainly passable.
What's the site section?
What's it say?
Oh, the site inspection.
Yes. Yes.
So last night's meeting
Or was
was
that 50?
recorded also, right? Town meeting?
Yeah, Tom had them film it,
Make up a date.
so it'll be up. It wasn't live, but it'll be. Might as well, it's, you know.
Who has to sign?
A lot of the value, I think, is being able to look back and say, what was said at that meeting, and, you've got the actual.
Oh, the recording now. So I'm gonna go back and look at it.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm like, I missed half of it because I'm.
I think also having a link up encourages more people to participate in town things.
I'm trying to send emails to Dan Byer and to Maggie, nothing will go through. That's the A, I can get rid of that. This is the 8B for 50 Milford, what is?
Get the football game on
You get, the Samsung, you get free TV. I don't know if they get the sports, because they want you to pay for that.
You gotta get the over-the-air digital converter.
So this is.
It's not bad. It's all full digital. Probably good up here. We're up on the top floor. We'll probably get a lot of chance.
That's considered
Copy of the
I know, it's funny, over there.
Yeah.
Predominantly, some of those branches that could go a little way. You can normally still get British audio, you can get some static, you can still, if you go to question, and the signal drops. It goes and it squares, everything freezes and water comes back. It's all you set up all along. When it comes in, it's great.
I probably should just scan which one of those are.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, wasn't that, which one?
If I have to mail stuff, just let me know.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave, it's gonna get notarized, I'll leave it with Ellen, and if they wanna do, they can pick it up from there. I'm losing my freaking mind.
You didn't do it yet, right?
No,
Okay.
We can finish this, please.
What's that for you? I just don't want to. And it's still recording, or should be recording. That's the only downside, is you gotta remember it's basically live.
Yes.
Just that one thing, so.
Did I give you something already over there?
No, this one's blank. What?
What am I doing?
Yeah, I just scanned all these things.
What are you talking about?
Is there like a file
Eight,
here, hard copies or?
Yeah, so anything that needs to get filed, it's going in the very fancy filing system, I'll put it in a box, but.
All right,
Which is.
and I'll upload it to the SharePoint.
Yeah, they get filed.
It's not an Applewood.
At some point, I probably should just go and file it by
Here's
number, so that
tweet.
put away somewhere.
This is the,
Yeah, this is the one that was signed.
You guys know another one's on?
This.
Hey, you're looking for the third signature page, right?
I'm looking for the third certificate of compliance. Here's 8 Applewood, this is. Oh, wait a minute.
electronic,
You have access to something.
Yeah.
Person.
because something sent me, I just downloaded my computer and then I uploaded it. Or else it didn't work.
Yeah.
Files everywhere.
Sure. For like the documents. Bill started doing it, 1948.
Yeah, yeah.
I got one more that I need you to fill out, Sue. We put one more out.
So what is this? This is for 191 Cottage?
That's 50 Milford Road.
50 Milford.
Right now, here's the rest,
Okay.
here's the rest of his file.
So that's, did we keep the end of it?
I'm just gonna copy that.
Oh, is this the one already?
50
Yeah.
Milford.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, just maybe.
Hey,
Yes.
is that any happening with that? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yes. We should just go next door.
Yep. No mistaken info.
You're just taking the info off of that one, and then.
This is
to
on
page maybe,
I think it's 2 duplicate binders and 4 forms.
this is.
It's whatever the order. I think they have sent us copies if you can the state. But I know you were interested, so.
Mr. Chair, just a question on Hartford Ave West. They sent a notice of intent to us in July. We didn't have a meeting. We didn't contact them at all. Is that out of our hands and it's gone to the state now?
That's what the state,
Yeah.
So the state,
the state has it now.
are they in communication with us at all or?
I got a call from some lady up there not too long ago, asking, you know, what happened and why, and I just said, well, we lost like 2 months.
Not an administrator,
Yeah,
no
we
one
didn't have
checked
it,
the
it's
mail.
just, and I go, they, you know, I don't know, but they didn't, I guess it went over time and, you know, it wasn't anything that we did deliberately, I just,
So I don't know the process. They're taking it over, right?
they're
So
taking it
will they
over.
have a
but
public hearing or?
I have a funny feeling that they're gonna probably be asking for our.
Yeah,
they're-
they
they're
don't
short-
want to do it, right?
They're shorthanded, I think, up there terribly, from what she was saying to me, you know?
Yeah, everyone's working from home too. They did open houses. Crazy.
Other than that, are we ready to adjourn or?
Yeah, I mean, there's a motion to adjourn.
What about 10 Swandale? The anonymous thing.
I,
What?
Yeah, any updates?
I talked with, that's Kenny O'Brien. I talked with Kenny last night at the annual town meeting and special town meeting. He said he wasn't doing anything, so I said, well,
You can see it.
come, I invited.
There's a good view now.
What's that?
There's a good view now on Leesdown, so,
So maybe we should send them a
yeah.
letter saying, please come in.
Yeah.
And
There's a drone that was flying over there, that got some pretty good pictures too.
tell them that we've had a complaint, we'd like you to come in.
I mean, I talked to him too, I called him, when it all went down, he goes, I go, you sure you're not down by the river? Oh, no. And then I saw the pictures, I go, he goes, I'm up in front of my house, I go, oh, yeah.
Did we get the pictures electronically?
Did you have pictures electronically?
I got a cop, oh, wait, did I? I think I might have scanned them. I cannot, if I did a.
And then there was supposedly the tip stuff was gonna come in. And, you know, cause he said, he goes, I don't care that anybody's doing anything, but if he's gonna do it, I just wanna make sure that he's going through the right avenues to do it. He said, I'm not trying to be a jerk, cause he has built houses in the past, you know what it is.
Oh, yeah,
He said, when we do things, we have to do them permitted.
yeah.
He goes, I just wanna make sure that everybody else is.
So why don't we send them a letter, registered letter?
Okay.
Do we have anything to do that?
I think.
Do we have any what?
An admin who can do that.
Susan?
You know, I don't mind helping out and stuff, but you know, I don't do post office.
No, if you
No,
type it
no,
up, man.
I'll do anything electronic.
No, how can we do it?
Well, I'll put it in the mail, that's fine, I got all that postage.
So if she dropped, you drop a letter, you can send it to me.
Yeah,
I can do yeah, it's fine.
I mean, that's what I think seems to be, you know, I'm happy to handle the physical stuff.
No, I appreciate that, we all appreciate that. I mean, it's-
If you can
Are
draft.
you getting compensated?
Yeah, I get 2 hours a week for extra for Concom stuff.
For working 8.
This is for you.
You work 2, but at least they're giving you something, I appreciate it.
I don't know, I thought I had somebody interested and they're not getting back to me, so I guess not. I think at this point, if I were them, I would just be looking for a clerk and get something here.
Yeah, I mean, right now, an agent, let's not try to find an agent. Let's just get somebody that will answer the phone and do the paperwork for us.
Right.
You know,
Answer the phone and.
do all this stuff, so bring it to us at the meeting, so we don't look like a bunch of, like a donkey show. Thank you very much. Thank God Sue's helping out, and Dan, I mean, it's, we're all in here like, what do we got? They could come in here with something, we don't even know who they are, who they sent the green card to, who they.
Does anyone have this person's address, Kenny O'Brien, so I can?
Yeah, they're saying now is the time for me to conduct business.
It's a 10.
We don't know. Yeah. Did it all.
10-1,
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
Sure.
Great.
All in favor? Aye.
I need some on the phone.